Okay guys, what you can see here today is a job I done yesterday. I'm doing a voiceover on this purely because the echo in the empty room didn't sound very good, so I'm going to do a voiceover, and this way I can explain to you basically what's happening. So initially what this is for is to lay a self-leveling compound or a screed, liquid screed, over the floor prior to me laying laminate flooring down. Now, as you can see, the floor is not in good condition in this kitchen. Even though the kitchen's been gutted out to a certain degree, there's some of the units left behind, as you can see. And in general, the floor is not too bad in most places, but you know, at the front there was originally, here where you can see there was a porch, and this has had quarry tiles on it, so this needs to be all taken up and getting it down to a certain level so that I can actually lay the screed on top. But it's hard work. Just watch and enjoy. You can see I sped it up for you because it's quite a long process, and you won't want to watch it at normal speed, so enjoy guys. Alright guys, what you need to do is pay attention to when you do jobs like this. If you're doing it for yourself or if you're doing it for a customer, these fire arcs can be an absolute nightmare to try and break up. I didn't want to get heavy equipment in because, let's be honest, it's right next to a radiator and you don't want to be doing more damage with heavy equipment. So I decided to get it down as level as I could, and then I can obviously thicken up the actual self-leveling compound to allow for that, and that's what I did. Okay, so what you can see me doing here now is I'm just making a little temporary barrier out of some old scotia left over from a job. This hasn't got to be anything fantastic because it's just really to stop the liquid compound from running into areas you don't want to do. This can save a little bit of money on the actual compound, and I tend to do this near doorways where I don't want the compound running into another room. So like I say, you ain't got to be over the top on this, but it can save you a bit of money and time. Okay, so this next step, guys, I'm putting down a concrete primer, and the reason for doing this is basically old concrete is quite porous, and you put down a very water-based liquid screed on top of a porous concrete. It's just going to soak the water out of it, and you're not going to have the right consistency, and it will cause you problems. So certainly a step I would recommend every time you're screeding over old concrete. Definitely worth it, I would say. Okay, so here I'm actually making the liquid compound. I'm not going to tell you what the ratio was with the water and the actual material because they're all different, so just make sure you read clear instructions. You can pretty much do this by eye. You know, after you've done it a while, you know how wet you want it, how liquid you want it. So that's what I tend to do, and it tends to work quite well for me. But yeah, just make sure you read the instructions on it first. As you can see, I'm just sort of like troweling it in places up to the edges. It's a liquid screed, self-leveling. It will level itself out quite nicely if you've got it made at the right consistency. Just make sure you give it plenty of time to dry. That's basically it. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. We've got more to come.